Hey there, my name is Jeremy with Educational Innovations Incorporated, and this activity is called the helicopter drop. It's the third activity in the Bernoulli's Flight Basics series of the subscription kit from Educational Innovations Incorporated called Home Science Lab. Now, as you've learned from the previous two activities in this series, the pushy index card and the vampire test tube, air pressure plays a huge role in these activities. It's no different with the helicopter drop. Just like with the other activities, almost everything that you need for that activity is included in the kit. For this one, you will receive a sheet of paper that has the helicopter pattern to cut out. All you need to do is provide the scissors. That's it! In this lab activity, you will cut a piece of paper and fold it into a design that twirls to the ground much like a maple seed does. Now, to get started, you're going to want to use the printed helicopter pattern from your Home Science Lab kit as your guide when cutting your first helicopter. Once you get the basic idea down, you can cut helicopters anytime, anywhere, any size you want. Start off by cutting the pattern from the sheet of paper. This will give you a long, skinny rectangle. The next cut to make is along the dashed line that is between the letters A and B. After that, make two small cuts along the dashed lines directly above the letters C and D. Once you've made your cuts, fold one of those long strips to the back. Now crease it along the solid line and fold the other strip toward the front. These are the rotors of your helicopter. At this point, it should look like a giant capital T. Next, you're going to fold the sides into the middle just as you would fold a legal letter. This is the body of your helicopter. The last thing you need to do is fold the bottom about a half an inch up. This fold is important because it holds everything together. Now it's time to assume the helicopter flying position. Stand in a chair and extend your arm with the helicopter in the air. Place your other hand on your hip. Drop the copter from the outstretched overhead arm. Now that the excitement has subsided, drop the helicopter again with the big flaps reversed, and note whether the rotors are spinning clockwise or counterclockwise. So how does that work? This is a simple exercise with air friction, which produces unbalanced forces that you're studying in this series. As the helicopter falls to the floor, the air molecules are actually pushing up against the blade, which slows the descent. The official term for the resistance of the movement of the helicopter is called air friction, or drag. Now it spins because the blades are on opposite sides, creating an unbalanced force, which makes the helicopter spin. Whenever you flip the rotors, the forces are still there, but they're reversed. Therefore, the helicopter will spin in the opposite direction. If you start with the rotors upside down, there's such a great resistance of the movement of the air over the rotors that it actually disrupts the smooth falling of the helicopter and makes it tumble down to the ground. Finally, if you do this activity again, which I really hope that you do, shorten the blades. The surface area of the blades is reduced. Less surface area means less drag or less friction pushing back up on the helicopter. With less friction on the helicopter, it will fall to the earth more quickly. Additionally, there's less mass to push around and less friction resisting the fall, so the rotors spin faster. This also translates into faster descent of the ground. Pretty cool, huh? After the initial ooh, ah, you can then very easily take the idea and produce a myriad of variations on the basic design. You can study the relationships of the two halves of the helicopter and how they affect the flight of the object. You can also draw correlations between the amount of air friction and the surface area of the rotors and the speed at which the helicopter falls. All of these things go back to one basic concept: air pressure. Use this link to subscribe to your very own Home Science Lab, and follow the links below to see videos on other activities within this series.